Shirtless dude, shirtless dude.
Whoa.
Shirtless.
Oh, they're 26. I'm going back down.
You never have to pay for gas again. But that's because it's not the gas that you've put in your car. It's the gas that comes out of your butt. It's completely free.
I wish to have a massive wiener.
Hello and welcome to That Goes Awesome, the only podcast where everything goes awesome. I am Jaden.
I'm Christian.
And you're our audience.
Yeah, same people as always.
So this is like the actual setup now that we don't have a guest and we have the new couch. But
yeah, it has a weird abrupt end here that I don't like.
Let us know what you think. If you hate it, I'm sorry.
I like this.
This is cool. It has our logo.
That's fire. Because awesome.
Whoa.
How you been, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We're on spring break now.
I'm excited.
Oh my gosh! Thank
I'm
God,
excited for
dude.
spring break.
I've had an eventful week. So as you know, I'm watching my sister's house for like her dogs and stuff. So I've been staying at my sister's house for the past week. So I've just been doing I've basically just been living on my own with Marina for the past week. I've had a lot of time to do nothing. Cause like at your own house, you have so many things you can do. Like if I get bored in my room, I can go upstairs and be like, "Hey, Dad," and just talk to my dad for a while. At my sister's house, it's just me. If Marina's at work, it's just me at the house.
So you run around naked?
No. I've done that at least one time.
This week?
Yeah. So, I do goof off, and I'm a lot louder by myself. Like, whenever I don't have to worry about, like, keeping people, like, annoyed upstairs. But, so, she has an Alexa. I don't have one in my house. So, like, every time I'm over there, I just think it's funny to goof off with it. So, like, the second I got there, I walked in, and I was just, like, telling it to play random music and stuff like that. And I said, like, eventually I didn't like the fact that she only has it in her bedroom. And, like, I was like, I'm in the living room. I want to still goof off with it. So I was like, Alexa, volume max. So I had it set to max volume, okay? And then, so me and Marina are sleeping. The first night we were there. About 1:30 a.m.-ish, we both wake up to Despacito blasting. Just like so loud. Just absolutely blasting. And okay, the only thing in the room like making any sound besides us is YouTube. Where we woke up, there's this a streamer that we watch a lot. We don't watch him stream, but like we watch his like VODs on YouTube. And his name is Juve, and he just does like Skyrim challenges and stuff like that, just random things. And I just woke up to Despacito blasting, and he was just like talking. I think he was playing Fallout at the time or whatever. But like in the comments, I was looking at the Twitch comment replays, and someone was like, the Despacito Alexa thing worked. So I guess at some point while we were sleeping, he said, "Alexa, play Despacito," and it worked on my Alexa and woke me up at 1:30 a.m. And it probably would have meant nothing if I didn't go Alexa volume max at like 10 p.m. But like,
that's so funny.
All the times that could have happened and me be at home and not have an Alexa, and it happens then. We were mad at the fact that we had been woken up like that, but we thought it was the funniest thing ever.
That is so funny.
Yeah, it was a crazy experience, but
That's
it was
awesome.
hilarious.
Man, so I don't know if you have any hot takes in this subject, but I do. I have a strong opinion on umbrellas, and
that's so random.
Listen, it popped in my mind because it's been like the weather's been like just awful. And
dude, the other day was picking me off.
It's gone from like really sunny to raining to like randomly snowing or whatever. But so at school, there's like so many people on campus just walking around with umbrellas, and my opinion,
I don't know what you're gonna say. I think I agree before you say it. But.
Umbrellas are so stupid. I don't trust people who use umbrellas. Okay, like just honestly grow up. Like
I thought this on the way back to my car from class the other day. I was like, guys, what are you? Like, are you cowards? Like, just get a little wet, man.
I'm like, what are you, like 5? Like,
if it's absolutely pouring down, I get it. if it's sprinkling, just freaking walk, man. Just walk.
So,
you gotta walk in there and shake off your umbrella, making the floor soaking wet whenever
know.
you walk in. Like, just like, you gotta like take it out and put it in your car, and then it makes your car wet. It's like, man, just freaking walk.
Maybe this is a hot take, but I feel like people who use umbrellas are people I don't want to talk to.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
It's like people I don't think I get along with, because I'm like, come on, it's just water.
It's the same like thing as like whenever somebody like gets out of their car and then like not car like gets out of like a building and starts freaking booking it to their car in the rain.
Yeah, I think for me it's like I don't want to. Maybe I might contradict myself here, but I don't want to inconvenience myself in any way. And I feel like having an umbrella is just inconvenient because yeah, sure, it's nice to not get wet when you're outside, but I don't want to have to trek a umbrella around with me all the time.
Yeah, I know you can fold it, but like.
And then what? I have to carry it, put it in my bag?
Yeah, when it's wet, you can't put it back in your bag. You put it beside your bag, it gets the floor all wet.
Yeah.
Some places have specific places to put your umbrella, and whenever you get back, it's probably gone because somebody took your umbrella. It's just like, that's kind of inconvenient. Yeah, I get it for sure. But like, I do, though, I will, like, I get it. I get why people do it. One of my biggest hatreds is wet clothes. I hate wet clothes. So I get having an umbrella to not get your clothes wet.
For me, if it's raining... If I know there's a chance to rain, I'm probably gonna wear like a jacket or like a hoodie or something. So for me, I'd rather put my hood on. I don't want to have this other appendix.
Not the right word.
Appendage.
There you go. It's still not really accessory.
I don't want this other appendage that I have to hold up with another appendage and then deal with the rest of the day.
No, I get that. I think they're inconvenient as well. But like,
yeah,
I do get it, but I don't. I would never be caught dead with an umbrella.
Yeah, not a big umbrella guy. You won't catch me walking around campus with an umbrella.
I hate umbrellas. This is also something that I was thinking about from campus. So like the other day, EtsuCon was this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get into that a little more. But like as I was heading to EtsuCon, I had two different bicycle related incidents. Okay, so the first one. I was like, it was the first day of EtsuCon. So Marina and I were a little bit late, but like, still like it was halfway through the day. So all we really want to go do is like go look at the vendor hall and see all like cool stuff people are selling. So as we're pulling up, we're like driving behind campus, and a full on like biker gang. It's like not really biker gang, but it's bicycles, and there's like 10 dudes, and they're all shirtless, and they're all coming around a corner at the same time, just like straight at the car.
That's awesome.
Because we saw one guy, and we were just like, okay, and then just an army of other shirtless guys, and it full on looked like copying pasting, like the same exact guy behind him. It's just like. I don't know what happened. The cloning facility released.
Were you like, shirtless dude? Whoa,
shirtless man. But it was interesting. But like the next day, we had another bicycle related incident. As we're parking, I like see a guy on a bicycle, and he pulls this maneuver that I can't even begin to understand how this man did this. So as he's riding his bicycle, he's about to stop. Mm-hmm. He gets off of it, but not fully. He somehow takes his left leg off the pedal, lifts his right leg over the seat, and puts it onto the left pedal. And he's standing up, still riding the bicycle while slowing it down, and just starts walking with the bicycle after that.
Whoa!
He somehow managed to counterbalance himself with his arms while standing on one leg on the bicycle on the wrong side. I don't know how this man did it, but I was like, that's an absolute legend. Like,
that's
if
awesome.
I tried that, I'd absolutely eat it. But like, it was so sick.
That was really cool.
No, it was.
I want to learn that.
I want to try that.
Like, I want to learn bicycle
It was
tricks.
dope.
Video idea.
Bicycle tricks.
We ate it on a bicycle.
Then, of course, like EtsuCon was pretty dope. Yeah. I got the shop this year was kind of mid, but I got like everything I got was from the same guy who did like charcoal art. And he was pretty cool. But, as you know, I met Roger Clark, who is the guy who plays Arthur Morgan, the main character of Red Dead 2.
Your favorite game.
Famously, a game that I absolutely adore. So, like, I met this guy, and, like, I was, like, the second day, I was like, man, the vendor hall's, like, not great enough for me to want to spend a lot more time in it. let's go see what his line is like. And like, so we went and got in his line, and he was doing a panel at the time. So we had to wait for a while. And he had a much bigger line than everyone else. Absolutely not shocked at all. But it's just kind of funny whenever you look, like, they all have like banners behind them. There's 4 actors, and they all have banners behind them that say their names and then have like all the characters they're known for, stuff like that. And the people beside him, it's like there was like the one guy directly beside him had like 50 characters like all over his poster. And then it says Roger Clark, and it's just Arthur Morgan because you don't know him for anything else. That's
No.
all he's known for. But that thing he's known for is like one of the best acted characters in the past like 20 years of video games. So like everyone was in line for this guy. Kind of felt bad for some of the other ones because like one of them is like an absolutely she's a huge voice actress, but like I think no matter who you are, you're probably going to be overshadowed by Roger Clark. Even she's technically a bigger voice actor than he is, but it's just where like so many people love Red Dead that like he had a boost. So she's played like Jinx in like Arcane, League of Legends and stuff like that. One of the biggest like, characters. And while I was waiting in line for him, the like attendant for like that area of the con was like, "Hey, she's leaving in 20 minutes. Like, if anybody like wanting to get a signature from her, like hop in this line now." Nothing.
No,
Nobody. And like, people did start to go, but the attendant had to say that exact line for like 45 minutes. So like she's like, she'll leave in 20 minutes, and then 30 minutes later she's leaving in 20 minutes. And it's like every once in a while somebody would go up there, but like Roger Clark's line was not budging. Then he comes back from his panel, and he was back from his panel like 35 minutes late. So I guess he took his lunch or something like that. But like, because you never know when they're gonna take their lunch. Yeah. But like, he came back, and to like the first like 10 people in line, he was like walking past everyone, like waving his hands and like, "Sorry, I'm late," that kind of thing. And he just started like giving people handshakes and like patting them on the back and stuff like that. So cool. He was such a cool dude. And like he'd like take pictures with you and stuff like that. And if there were like kids that were there to meet him, he would just start like making the weirdest sounds. Like he would like start taking pictures with them and go like, the entire time. And I was like, I don't know why he did that, but I was laughing every single time he did it. Another absolute banger. He walks in and takes his like suit jacket off and hangs it on the chair and reaches in his bag and puts on a white baseball cap that says, "I wish I was in Tahiti." And I was like, absolute banger. In the Red Dead font, I was like, this guy's awesome. But eventually I did get to meet him. Very friendly guy, very chill guy. I didn't get to talk to him for very long. No one did, because like the line was so big to meet him. Mm-hmm. Like last year when I met the person who played Lady Dimitrescu in Resident Evil 8, she was like great, and I talked to her for like 15 minutes. Yeah. But for him, like it was kind of like a 2-minute, like just here's the thing I want you to sign, that kind of thing. I got a like an Arthur Morgan poster, and he like said like for Christian, wrote his name on it and said "Outlaws for Life." Pretty dope. I got a picture with him, multiple pictures, because he kind of just like made a whole bunch of faces like while he was taking them. Yeah, he was such a cool dude, and as a result of that, this past week, I've been playing Red Dead 2.
Let's go.
I started it again. Crazy lore drop unlocked that I didn't even know about myself. Mm-hmm. So I started a new game, but like when I continued the story mode, because I had to continue it and hop into like the settings to like start a new game, it showed me my last save. Do you have any clue when you think my last save would be for that game?
Like 2017.
That's close. The game was not out in 2017.
I thought it came out in 17. Was it 19?
It came out in 2018.
Okay.
My save was December 18th, 2018.
So
my last story mode save was 2 months after that game came out.
Yeah.
And like I'm past the point that I was that first time I played it, which is still a decent chunk of the way through the game. It's like halfway through chapter 3, and there's 6 chapters in the main story. So like I played a lot but like I will say I'm having a great time. That I'm actually enjoying myself. I actually did the first time too, but like not a single one of my complaints is gone. Everything I still felt negatively about is still there. I'm just having a good time.
The combat, right?
The combat is actually better than I remember it being. Like I think the actual combat is fun. I think the gameplay sucks. Arthur controls like he's drunk all the time. your horse will just like collide with things that you didn't even think would be collidable, and it'll send you flying. Um, there's this is a it's a complaint. Here's the thing. I was telling Marina about this like yesterday. Every complaint I have with this game is another reason someone else will love it. Because my biggest complaints are all it takes itself too seriously and tries to be too realistic in a way that to me pushes on unfun a little bit. Like I think a lot of it should have been settings to activate. Like, oh, do you want a realistic animation every single time you loot a body? No, I don't. But it's not an option, so you have to do a 10-second animation every time you loot a body. And like that gets really tedious. And like another thing, like I get it's a cowboy game. There is so much horseback riding with no dialogue from point A to point B. Where it's like if you play 200 hours of the story, which you probably won't, but if you did that, 100 hours of it would be on horseback.
Yeah,
and it's pushing it a little bit.
There is fast travel you can unlock.
Yeah, I did get that, but it's still like to very specific places. It's not like it is in most games. But I'm having a good time. Story's good. I already knew that, of course. Like the story, characters are good. The gameplay is fun enough for me to like it. Like The Witcher 3 is a game very similar to Red Dead, where it's considered one of the best games ever. Massive open world game, and like I've tried to get into that game like 8 times. I think the gameplay is so bad that I can't even like stomach playing that game. Red Dead, I can at least like tolerate the gameplay. I even have a lot of hours in online, despite the fact that I don't love the gameplay. But yeah, I've been having a good time with it. So,
well, I'm glad you're
finally back to it.
Okay, so if you remember quite a few podcasts ago, I told the story about how I went through the McDonald's drive-through, and then that the worker thought for some reason I was feeding the homeless, even though I only got like 2 McChickens. I've had another altercation with a McDonald's drive-through worker.
Hit me with it.
So usually when I'm like getting fast food or something, I like to just order on the app just because I feel like it's easier or faster, or like at least like paying that way, like it just pays directly through it. So I order on the McDonald's app, and then I just didn't feel like by the time I got there getting out of my car, so I just decided to go through the drive-thru, just tell them like, hey, I had a mobile order or whatever. So I do that. I go to the little drive-thru thing. I'm like, hey, I had a mobile order, tell them my name, all that. And then usually when you do that, you already pay. So like you pay through the app, so you don't have to stop at the pay window. You just keep going. But usually I like to just like stop at the pay window and just be like, hey, like I'm good, right? And they're like, yeah, you're good, or whatever. Just, I don't know, be nice so they don't get confused, like just being that guy. So I go and I stop at the pay window, and the lady's just like, I don't know what she's doing. Like I'm sure she had some other task on her mind, but she's just not paying attention whatsoever. So I'm just at this window for like a full on like 90 seconds without her even looking at me or anything. So I just drive off. So like I'm like, okay, because I don't need to pay. I already paid. So I just drive up to like get my food because there's nobody else in front of me at this point. And the second I drive off, I look back, and that lady opened the window and stuck her head out the window and is yelling at me, going, "Where do you think you're going? You didn't pay!" And I'm just like, what? Like, I'm so confused. Like, you didn't acknowledge me that whole time, and now you're gonna yell at me out the window. And then I get to the other window, and I'm like, man, I already paid. Like, I had a mobile order. He's like, yeah, I don't know. And then he just handed me my food, and I drove away. But I'm like, the lady stuck her head out the window and yelled at me.
That is really funny. I thought about things like that happening to me a lot, because I also, when I go through a drive-thru, almost always do a mobile order. Okay, I have 2 final stories about this past week. I had an eventful week. So one of them was just something I forgot to mention in Red Dead, and I'm mentioning this because I have a clip of it, and I want to post it somewhere so people can see. Because like I was dying at this for like 10 minutes. So you know the cinematic mode in Red Dead, so for anyone who doesn't know what that is, you can like hold a button to activate cinematic mode, and like it will just let you ride your horse to the destination you have marked on your map without you doing anything on the controller. Because like sometimes those rides are like 10 minutes long, and like you kind of don't want to just like be steering the entire time. So I was on a mission involving Dutch and Hosea to go fishing, and I had just put it in cinematic mode. And I'm sure, did you ever use cinematic mode?
Yeah.
I'm sure, as you know, like stuff can still happen in cinematic mode. It doesn't stop the game, basically. So what ends up happening is I'm like looking away for a second. I'm on my phone or something like that, and I hear a very loud bang, and I look up. There's a carriage in front of me. Arthur hits the carriage with his horse does a front flip and lands it on the seat of the carriage. And the guy looks at him and goes, "What are you doing?" and pulls out his gun and starts capping Arthur, just like blasting him. So I went back and I recorded that moment because I want to post it on TikTok or something so bad because I was freaking dying. It's like the fact that he just like full on flipped and landed it. I was like, I'm mind blown.
That's really funny.
It was hilarious.
I want to see that.
But another thing that happened, so I went out to eat with a couple of my friends that I don't see very often. And so we went to like this Mexican restaurant, and my friend, Greg, he was the last one of the four of us into the building, and the rest of us had already sat down and had drinks, so we all got there at different times. So he was the last one in there, and like the waiter comes up and is like, "Hey, what can I get you to drink?" And he says, "Do y'all have cherry Coke?" And the guy's like, "Cherry Coke?" He's like, "Yeah." So we're all just like talking, having a good time, and this man comes back with Greg's cherry Coke, and he brings like an absolute freaking massive glass, like this tall, this thick, the kind of thing, like the beer like type of like glass, and he slams it down and it's full of Coke and covered in real cherries. So we all just like stopped talking and we just sort of like stared like flabbergasted, and then the waiter walks away and we just started dying laughing because like this is not what anyone expected. And like it is a drink on the menu, but it is not called cherry Coke. It's just that like two of the ingredients happen to be cherry and Coke. It's just that like for some reason, instead of being like, "No, we don't have regular cherry Coke, we have this," he brought it to him.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we were absolutely freaking dying.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That brings me to a point. So like, he wanted his cherry Coke and he got something completely different, but he still technically got his cherry Coke, which brings me on to the topic of the day, which is the monkey's paw. So for anyone who doesn't know what the monkey's paw is,
For the uninitiated,
I'm gonna give a very short version of the original story. So the original story is a family. I think their last name is like it's Mr. and Mrs. White and their son like Harold or something like that. I can't remember. But they are having dinner one day and like their friend who's like in the military comes over and he was like, "Hey, while I was in India," or something like that, he's like, "I found this paw that was like cursed by something," and he was like, "It will grant any wish. Okay, it will grant 3 wishes, but it comes at a cost for dealing with fate," that kind of thing. And he's like, "Hey, I warn you, I'm giving it to you. You probably don't want to use this. It's probably not a good idea." So he then gives it to the family. Mrs. White's like, "No, we can't use this." Throws it in the fire. Mr. White's like, "No, I kind of want to use it." And he gets it out. And he's like, "What can I wish for?" And he's like, "Oh, we still have like $200 on our house payment. I'm going to wish for $200. So the next day, Harold, their son's like boss, shows up and knocks on the door and is like, "Hey, your son died in a work-related accident. The business takes no responsibility for his death, but as compensation, here's $200. So yeah, he got the money, but at a horrible cost. And then they get like really distraught. The wife is like, "You shouldn't have done that. I want you to wish for Harold to come back." And the dad's like stressing out because he's like, apparently my son was like completely mauled by the truck that hit him or something like that. He's like, I'm scared that he's gonna still be like that. But he eventually wishes for Harold to come back. And a couple hours later, they hear a knock on the door, and his wife is trying to like fiddle with the locks because she's like, "Oh, Harold's home," and the dad is panicking that what the son is gonna look like and how it's not going to be the son that he remembered. So he makes one final wish for Harold to not be there, and the knocking stops, and that's the end of the story. So technically, the original story, in my opinion, kind of messes up its own idea because we know none of the drawbacks for the second or third wishes. It's just there to like speculate.
Yeah.
But we know the first one, which was they wished for $200 and they got it at the cost of their son's life. So what we're gonna do is we have some wishes, and we're going to say the wish to the other person, and then we're going to try to come up with a negative. So we've already talked about this before the podcast. We're probably going to end up devolving into just being like, "Yeah, this happens, but also this happens," instead of like, "Oh, this happens because this happened," like the original story.
Yeah.
But we're just here to have fun.
We're going to try and improv this the best we can and just try and have fun.
We don't know the other person's wishes at all.
Yeah,
But like,
Christian, I'll let you go first whenever you're ready.
My first wish?
Yeah. So Christian's going to give the wish, and then I'm going to have to come up with the monkey's paw consequence.
Yeah. Okay. My first wish is I wish for infinite money.
Okay, Christian. you get infinite money. But the reason you get infinite money is because you actually shed every hair on your body one day at a time, or one hair per day, and that hair just instantly gets sold for $1. So you have infinite money in all technicalities.
It's just very slow process.
It's very slow, and you're losing your hair because of it.
I like that take. That is not at all what I expected you to say, because my like thought process when I was making this wish was like, I feel like you're gonna say something like, yeah, you have infinite money, but it completely shuts down the economy, and now that money means nothing. That was kind of how I thought you were gonna take it, but I really like. I don't know why. Well, my hair is worth $1. So do I have to like sell it? Is that, or does it just get $1 if my hair comes out?
You have to sell your hair.
Okay.
Every hair you sell, it gives you $1.
That's a pretty good deal. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well,
if you go bald too fast, it's gonna suck.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna run out eventually, but like it keeps growing.
But yeah, it grows like theoretically infinitely, depending on.
I mean, yeah. That's the definition of infinite.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's.
Is there any other way we could make that one like?
Well, yeah, my immediate thought was just like once you have infinite money, everybody else has none. Or like
you have infinite money, but at the cost of everybody else being completely poor.
And it would like shut down the entire world if you had infinite money. Because like the whole point of the economy is that money isn't infinite. Because money is technically supposed to be based on like gold, and there's not an infinite amount of gold.
Yeah.
And it's just like having infinite money kind of ruins the entire point of having money.
So you're rich, but it doesn't matter because you can't
do anything with it. That money means nothing once you have infinite of it.
Dang.
It's money, but it's not currency. Which is a weird thing.
That's philosophical.
Yeah. That reminds me. That was a joke that I made to Greg at the dinner. So he was talking. He's a philosophy major, and he was talking about how you can just like do anything. How like philosophy is just so random, and he was just like, you kind of just like. I was like, I was like, man, you passed. You graduated, man. I was like, that's all you gotta do. But that. Philosophy seems like a cool major. I think I'd go insane if I tried to do it. So kudos to Greg. But,
I took a philosophy class and I hated it.
I like my philosophy classes. I take them too. I liked them fairly enough. But if you want to know about more college classes, go back to the last episode of That Goes Awesome.
Some of them might be real. Some of them might be fake.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. Okay,
well, I'm going to go ahead and do my other one because, well, I also had one that was like, my monkey's paw wish is I had $1 million. It wasn't unlimited money, but I said I wish I had $1 million. Yeah. So hit me with it.
So it's still the same thing basically?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have $1 million. However, it is as a result of every single person who is connected to you, bloodline related. It's the money that they have built up throughout their lives. They all die from a sickness that you know you have because you are connected to them from blood. You have no clue when it's going to take you, but throughout your life, your family one by one dies to the Johnson family disease. And eventually, you'll have your $1 million if you can make it that long.
Well, that's sad. So I have $1 million, but my entire bloodline is gone.
Dies. Yeah. It's kind of like just the original story, but like just $200 you lose one guy, $1 million you lose everyone.
That's just to the extreme, man. See, this is why I don't want a genie in my life.
Yeah. I was like looking into wishes and stuff like that earlier because I was like, the monkey's paw is just a cool concept, and I was like looking up like what would be the best thing to say to a genie, and I saw one guy and he was like, I wish for my consciousness upon my death to be like to replace my consciousness the moment I make this wish. So like his idea for this was that like it's basically infinite life. Because whenever he dies, he just goes back to his younger self before he makes the other two wishes. So he's like constantly coming back to this point in time with new memories and can make 2 new wishes. And like, does that work?
I mean, yeah, genies are real, so.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if I'd want to come back to life with all my memories of me dying though.
No, yeah.
I mean, like, yeah,
it's a cool idea.
You're gonna have all the knowledge, but that's kind of like scary. You remember the pain you felt if it was like a horrific way.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of that, but it's a cool way to wish for infinite life, which coincidentally, is one of the wishes I have on here. I wish for immortality.
Okay, you have immortality, but you didn't think about how much or how bad immortality actually is. Because you are immortal, but nobody else is immortal, including Earth itself is not immortal. So you get immortality, but in that you get to watch all your friends die, all your family die. You get to watch the Earth die. You get to watch the Milky Way explode, and you're just soaring on a star.
If there's even stars to exist.
Well, this star is a shooting star, and it shoots to another galaxy.
And you watch it all over again.
And then you watch the Milky Way explode. You eventually find dinosaurs.
Oh, part 2? We just reset the universe?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
No, that's exactly how I thought you were going to take that. I've always thought about that. Like, if you wish for immortality, like, no, you don't. You don't.
No.
You want to live a long time. You don't want immortality. Because, like, yeah, the Earth isn't infinite. Eventually, you're just gonna be floating in space with literally nothing to do.
You're going to be so bored. Yeah. There's going to be so much of that time where there's no video games. So, like, what are you going to do?
That is so true.
You're talking about staying at home right now. Like, imagine you had billions of years to just sit there with nobody to talk to, no friends, no Arthur Morgan.
No Arthur Morgan. That it truly does suck, that whole concept of immortality. Because watching everyone around you die sucks. But also, like, do you hide it? Because if you try to hide it, people are going to start getting suspicious. Because, like, you can't, like, if you, like, fall in love, you're, like, your wife or your husband or whatever doesn't have immortality.
You
so
probably don't.
Down too.
You don't want to fall in love.
No, it's too dangerous. Because you're just going to have to constantly repeat yourself. Unless you like, go full, like, Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's like, oh, they're 26. I'm going back down. That could be your strat. Just divorce as soon as they hit a certain age.
Okay, we've had a lot of deep monkey's paw. So one of my other ones I had is I wish for unlimited pizza.
I like that one. I think the monkey's paw would give that one to you. But if I had to think of a downside,
And any flavor.
I was about to say, you don't get to choose.
Dang it.
And it is consistently toppings that, like, you can't easily pick off. So it's like you get an anchovy pizza, and sure, you can take the anchovies off, but that fishy taste is not leaving that pizza.
Man,
it's stuck in there.
I should have been more specific on what kind of pizza I wanted.
Yeah, the monkey's paw don't care what kind of pizza you wanted.
Man, that's what I'm gathering from this. Just be as specific as you can. It's like using ChatGPT.
See, that's the thing. This is another thing we talked about. That's kind of funny. the thing we talked about, like, before this. I had mentioned the Jaden. It's like the monkey's paw is specifically. It's like, no, you get exactly what you wished for, but it's like what you wished for happens because something else happens. Whereas, like, the way that most people think of the monkey paw is kind of just like a douchebag genie. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, oh, you wish for this? Yeah, you get this, but this also sucks. Like, that kind of thing. And it's like, that's not really what the monkey's paw is about. Mm-hmm. But it's, like, so hard to think of how the original monkey's paw worked.
Yeah.
So that is my take. I could be like, you get infinite pizza because, like something bad happens to, like, Papa John. And you become the new Papa John.
I am Papa John.
Papa Johnson. And, like, I could do something like that, but I like the idea of just never being able to fully get the pizza that you want.
Man, it's just all fishy pizza.
No, it just sucks. Forgot about one of the ones I want. I don't know if I want to say it. Should I say it?
Up to you.
I wish to have a massive wiener. Nothing changes.
I don't even know what to say.
That give me a downside, man.
Okay, so that happens, but that happens because. Okay, I got it. That happens because you get stung by a bunch of bees down there. So all that happens is your tiny one just gets really swollen.
You don't have to say tiny.
Okay.
I never said tiny.
All that happens is your smaller than average one gets like really swollen because it got stung so many times, and you're stuck with that for the rest of your life.
That sucks.
It's massive, but it's not massive in the way you want it.
Massive and painful.
It's a massive letdown, which is what you should be used to.
Shut up. No, that's a good one.
Okay.
I don't think I could have thought of a better like monkey's paw scenario. Because my thought like was you were just gonna be like, it's just so like enormous that you can't even live your day-to-day life. Yeah. It's just like
I did think about
you can't go in public because you're immediately like you're indecent. You get arrested every single time. You gotta like wrap it multiple times around your leg just to be able to walk.
That's why you gotta think of because, not but.
Yeah, which is really hard to do. What do you got?
What?
No.
Okay, my next one is I wish animals could talk to me.
Yeah. Okay. You eventually.
This is hard because you have to be so quick with it.
I know. Yeah. So thinking of a because is really hard. So I'm just gonna hit you with the classic butt. I'm gonna hit you with my butt.
Your massive butt.
You do get the ability to talk to animals. However, you start to realize very quickly that every single one of your pets absolutely despises you. They would rather be with anyone else in the world than you, and they constantly make it known until you eventually give them away.
I think my pets would like me.
Zoe's pushing it. If you start getting her thoughts, she's like, please, end this.
No. That's so sad.
No, that's just depressing. Can you think of a cause for that? Because like, I don't even know how to give that a cause. Because like, here's the thing: stuff like $200 makes sense.
I got it.
But giving a cause for something that can't happen is weird.
So I can communicate with all animals, but it's because I'm actually just losing my mind and I'm just talking to myself.
That is a good take. I was gonna say something like that. You have like a traumatic brain injury and you just like think that you're talking to your animals, but you're not.
You always go traumatic.
When did I say traumatic any other time?
You always go to like the extreme, like everybody's dead. Okay, they're all dead.
Hey, the monkey's paw sucks. You ever play Phasmophobia?
No. Yes, I have.
You can get on that with me.
Okay.
Immediately, my eyes immediately went to the same one I asked last time. I was just there. I wish that gas was free, but only for me.
Okay, you get your wish. You never have to pay for gas again. But that's because it's not the gas that you've put in your car. It's the gas that comes out of your butt. It's completely free.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Do you have any more, or is your list out?
No, I have more.
Okay. No, I like your take. I didn't specify gasoline technically.
Yeah.
Imagine like obviously my car can only take premium gas, so part of me thought you were just gonna slap me in the face with like, yeah, you only get 87.
I like that.
Yeah, that would also suck.
Okay. I wish I could sing like an angel. Wish I had a beautiful voice.
So, you get the voice of an angel, without thinking about the fact that the angels from the Bible, which if that's how we're going, are not what we have traditionally viewed them as pop culture. They're not humans with wings. They're a massive mess of wings and eyeballs. They have no mouth. So, you have the ability to sing by just going like, which is beautiful to angels, because that's all I can do.
I'm a ventriloquist.
But humans find you terrifying. Nobody will hire you. You get no gigs. All because you wish to sing like an angel specifically.
Sorry.
There you go.
Man, I don't like that one. That was mean.
No, that's kind of, they're all mean.
Yeah.
There's no happiness here.
Okay.
I wish for a flying pirate ship.
Okay.
Go ahead, think of a downside for this one, man.
You have a flying pirate ship.
Thank you. I got my wish.
But it's like teeny tiny. It's like one of those little
remote control pirate ship.
It's one of those little pirate ships you would like put on your like desk for like decoration. It's like you can't ride it, you can't sit in it. It's all you can do is just watch it fly around like a little bee.
Do you remember those old like commercials for like the shark balloons and stuff like that, where like the little like blimp that had like a remote control like shark, where it was a shark balloon and you had like a remote and you could like fly it around your house? That's kind of how I think about it. It's just a tiny little, remote controlled airship.
What are you gonna do with that?
I don't know. I mean, I'd probably have fun with it for at least 5 minutes.
I mean, yeah, it'd be nice.
Remote control stuff is pretty hype. You have any more?
Yeah. So, I notoriously have a really bad memory. So my wish is I have a really good memory.
Okay. You have a phenomenal memory. But, unfortunately, having a phenomenal memory is not always a good thing. You will remember every bad thing that has ever happened to you in your life. And, as a result of this, all of your negative feelings are just, like, amplified tenfold. Because you can never forget anything. So, like, when you're trying to sleep, your life is just recounting all of the sucky things that have happened to you. All the bad decisions you've made. Every relationship you've messed up with anyone.
So I have a really good memory, but it comes at the cost that I'm constantly going to be sleep deprived.
Basically. You have a really good memory, but it comes at the cost of having a really good memory.
I'm going to have emotional turmoil.
Yeah. You're anxious because, like, you remembered that you have something in the future, but you never forgot you had it. You're anxious all the time. And that sticks to literally everything you've done. If you make one decision 2 weeks ago, you're going to be thinking, like, man, was that the right choice for the rest of your life?
Dang.
It just sucks. Like, I kind of do it anyway.
Okay, give us one more.
Okay. I wish I could instantly understand any language.
Ooh, okay. So right off the bat, I want to go the same way you kind of did with the pet one. It's like you understand all languages, but everybody that speaks a different language is just really mean to you. Okay, you understand all languages, but you can't talk in any of them.
I knew you were gonna do that. You have no communication skills.
You cannot communicate. I like the idea of you can, like, physically you can't talk, but you have zero communication skills. So you don't know how to, like, get along with people.
You know what all of the words mean individually, but you cannot form a complete thought with them. My mind immediately goes back to what you said about animals, where it's just like you just like are kind of slowly like going insane and think you can talk to animals. So it's just like you're so confident that you know exactly what the person in front of you is saying, but then they're just like, what are you talking about?
Every time you try and talk, they just get like, what?
Like the constant Google Translate and how it gets things wrong all the time, but it's just your brain.
Man, the monkey's paw is a weird concept.
I wish this podcast was over.
It will be, because we're about to do the outro. And my wish is for everyone to subscribe. There's no downside. There is zero
downside to that one.
Zero downside to subscribing. The only consequence there will be is more funniness in your feed. Christian?
Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have been Jaden.
I'm still Christian.
We go awesome, and we are out.
You get worse every single time.
Shut up.